Okay, getting jiggy with it.
Picking on me. Okay, you want to know why the head was loose? Well, I'm still working on it. That's why it's loose.
Gotcha.
Dumbass. Okay, how these look? They look fairly symmetrical. I think I already tightened it, didn't I? It appears to be tight. Okay, this head here needs to be squared up a little bit. I'm not blocking your view of you, am I?
No, not at all.
Good. Instead of using an indicator, we use a level. See how that's off? You go down here, put pressure on your bolts down here. And you see which way you need to go with it. Give it a little clock. Bring it up. And you tighten it down. You see if it's straight this way. See how that one matches this one pretty close?
Mm-hmm.
So that means they're pretty close. Alright. Now unless you fucked with my machine like I've had the customer do once, everything should be level. So does it look like it's level still? I had one customer play with my levers up here and undo the lock screws.
Oh, wow.
And the whole head was loose, flopping
Wow.
around. I was trying to figure out what the hell this thing was doing goofy shit. Guy didn't say shit when I told him. Dumbass. This thing was fucking around my machine.
Yeah.
Of course he's the only one in here.
Don't touch.
Yeah, so he didn't say anything. But I knew who it was. So, there you go. Don't screw with the equipment around here. Okay, so that is now tight, lined up and tight, and this has to go in. Goes into there like that. And I'm out video about how I threw it in there. Damaged it. Okay. Now, are we making this go faster, or are we just going to do a normal valve job?
Oh, we're going fast.
Oh, so you want me to take that lip out that's in there? Is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
That's a sharp ass lip in
The
there.
one right on there.
It's on the back side.
No.
My finger's getting stuck in here. It's so sharp. You have to look at it from that view to see it.
We've seen it earlier, I do believe.
Alright, so now I need to do a performance job. Damn, these are going to work.
There's that lip right there.
Okay, so what size valve you got?
That's a 1.9.
Close. 1.615. Yep, both of them are the same. 1.615 minus 125 is what? You don't know. You're stupid. That'd be 480. Give or take 5. 480. What's this? Tool. Alright, it's just the one, the correct one. This goes down to 1,300.
So it's an indicator on a cutting tool?
It looks like the last time I used it was 471, so this must not have been a high performance motor, it was a street motor at that time.
That really is a cool tool.
Okay. 1.615 minus 0.135 equals 480. What did I say it was earlier? Is that the number I had? I think it was. Okay, we want this to be something around 80. This one is below 80. 80 is right there. This is called a setting fixture. This is for boring out your heads for putting valve seats in, is what it's for. I rarely use it for that though. Almost 480, see. See, they give you 2.5 thou press fit extra from what the cutter says. Because the cutter probably cuts oversized by 2.5, that's why it's built in the tool. Okay, so now we're going to cut 1/480. You know what 1/480 is?
No.
That's going to be the size of your throat going into your head. You know what that is? That's the distance.
The very top
That's the
ring.
inside of the valve seat. The throat, the port. That's the throat of the port. So we're going to bore that thing out to 1/480. You know what size it is right now?
No.
Less than 1/480. That's why it's going to get opened up. Because you wanted to go fast, you said. I think I heard someone state that once. Okay, we're going to cut out about that much. Now that's for full-on getting up and
Holy
boogie.
shit.
That's for getting up and boogie and porting. Now we can make it less if you don't want to go so fast.
No, I'm good with it. That's a lot of meat.
It just needs a little trim off the top.
Just a little trim.
The machine's so cold it doesn't want to work correctly. I've noticed that problem around here. Everything is cold. Oops.
Wow.
Okay, I took a trim off the top. Is there a difference there?
Yes.
What happened?
It got more bigger.
It got more bigger. Okay, what's this
Wow.
look like? This is like another cutter. You're here nearly.
That'd be lots and lots of material off of that.
It appears that it's got some extra material removed. Okay, this cutter here is no longer like stock, it's been modified. Now this is what it's supposed to look like. This now will bore inside of a hole.
So you press it down and then recess it in. It's dropping down and then you're cutting.
Now we can cut the bowl of the port out.
Gotcha.
Can't go that far, so it stops. So you can finish this up. This is called porting. It's easier to do it on a machine than by hand. And a lot more accurate. That's how much we're taking out. See a little lip in there?
Sorry, did you say that was a little lip?
Yeah, a little lip in there.
Yeah.
Damn, can't go any deeper. We have an equipment problem. See that? Hits up inside of that. Let's have to do some changes now. Okay, so that is all broken. See, that cutter's got a big chip in it.
Mm-hmm.
See, I hand cut it a little bit. That's because I broke it. You have to buy these bits. They're like 50 bucks a piece, 40 bucks a piece. You gotta buy them with a 10-pack.
Wow.
And they get chipped from worn out seats like this all the time. Alright, these are too tall. Oops. I haven't dropped one in there in years. Ah, well. Alright, take that out. Remember these two that were too small?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
They're just right now.
They're just right. You got it. We'll use these. Of course, I gave my cutter back. That's what cuts the springs off. See, the spring gets in the way in here.
Oh yeah, yeah, and they
Cuts it
snap
off.
off.
Cuts them off.
Oh,
Cuts them right off. Try getting counter-rotating springs someplace. It's hard to come by. Springs are wound one way, and these are the opposite direction. See, here they go boom. I don't know why that's not hitting. Let me reset this again. Close enough. Anything slow. Now we're in business. Okay, now we're going to go down there until that's a good spot to stop right there. See, now we just cut that radius in there.
Mm-hmm.
And see how this side doesn't have, see how it's got a lip on this one? That one doesn't have a lip now. Because we're using a special cutter here to eliminate it. Beat the hell out of doing it by hand. See how they look totally different? That's because Harley ports are not equal.
Yeah. Wow.
Not by a long shot. So when everybody says I have to make everything perfectly the same, why?
Nobody else did.
Why bother now? That's just one of many things that are different from one cylinder to the next. They are not anywhere near equal stock. Okay, I need a vacuum cleaner. You want the noisy one that needs a new tube, or you want the quiet one that's too big?
Noisy.
Somebody said my tube was bad.
Oh.
Now, if I broke down and fixed it, would that count? I just hold my hand over it, it works just fine.
That'll work just fine.
That's a lot easier and quicker than fixing it. Put my hand over it. Perfect.
There we go. Fixed.
Okay, so we're going to do some porting now, I guess. So I have to move this out. And you notice I almost came off the edge, but not quite. Okay, now we go over this side. We're doing porting now. I didn't know we were doing hot rod work before. Okay, what size are these ones? These are the same size pilots, aren't they? Yep, look at that. Same size guides. Looks like we're going to use the small pilots, not the big ones today.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm just going to... Yeah, we'll leave these out. I got an application where I'm going to use those. Okay. Appears to be off a little bit. So there's the air in your valve guide location side to side. So your valves are not perfectly aligned like they're supposed to be. Now whose fault is that? Mine, Harley's, or Kibble White's? Which one do you think?
I think the logical answer would be
The last dumbass that touched it, me?
no.
Oh.
I'm not going with that theory. I'm thinking.
You didn't go with that theory? That's
I'm
the one
gonna
I go
say
with.
combination of all three.
That's the one I go with. Look at this one though. Right on the stinking money.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So I did this one. That one I screwed up on. So. How about this other direction? Ooh, it's right on the money too. I like that head. This is a good head.
Yeah.
That one's a piece of crap. Yeah, there you go. Make you feel better?
There we go.
Did I tighten this up yet? Yes, I did.
So this goes on the theory of who worked on it last.
See what I'm doing underneath here while you can get visibility?
Oh yeah. What are we doing underneath? Bam.
It's just like lawyers. The last guy that touches one is liable.
Hey, you changed my tire and now my headlights don't work.
That's right.
Oh, really?
It's more like you fixed a headlight and the tire went flat. It's all your fault.
Oh yeah, that's probably more accurate.
That's how they
I can see you've been around these Harleys once or twice before.
Yes, I have talked to Harley owners once or twice in my life. Yes, I know how they think. Okay, next problem. How big do you want to make this one? What do we got for an intake manifold?
Intake manifold. The manifold itself is S&S manifold, the good one with the good V.
The big one? So
Yeah.
One in on the side.
Do you want to take a peek?
While I'm doing this, you can go grab the intake. I'm working. Okay, this is 1,900 here. So that means if you take 150 off the intake, that'd be 1,850. I like those even numbers, it's easy to do. 800. So this one I get to use the 1687 holder. Where's 800 at? That's 600, dumbass. That's 1 inch. Oh, there's 8 on this side. 800. Looks like 810 is what I used last time. That's 140 under the valve head size. That don't look like a manifold, it looks like a carbonator. Alright, bring the whole thing over here. Let's see.
Manifold.
Oh, yeah.
You want just a manifold?
Just bring it over here. Okay, what's your port size? Just under 800. Alright, so we need to make the throw at least to 1/800. Or we can make it 810, because that's what I usually do. That's the last one, it was 810, which is 140 less than what the valve is. You want to tune it for top end or more in the mid?
Mid.
Mid? Oh yeah, make it 800 then. More mid. 10th out doesn't make that big of a difference, does it?
You mean, well, I actually can. You mean tuned for top end?
Yeah, I'm working on the throats, the ports right now.
You don't make it for the top.
Too late, I already changed it.
It's never too late until you cut it.
I'm going to cut it right now.
And that's how things are decided.
You made it. You can't go change in midstream of it. We're gonna see how much seat's left. How about that?
Nah, that sounds about right.
You're worried about 10,000. I'm worried about what's gonna hold the seat in the head. Okay. There's even gonna be a seat left in the head. I don't know about that. Let's just say there's going to be a lot less of it in there when we're done with this.
What is it existing?
I think I'm cutting wrong. What number are we at here? I think we're wrong size. No, we're at 800. We're not even at... I thought it was going to be 850. We're at 800. That's 200. No, that's 100 less than 900. See, I almost screwed up. That's why it didn't look right. The valve's only 900 to 150 under 9. See what happens when you don't use a calculator?
That falls under the measure twice, cut once, right?
Well, I could have cut it right there and you would have been pissed off at me. Probably have to put a bigger valve in it. I should have a 950 valve to fix it. You want to do the calculation there to make sure I'm right?
Wow.
150 off of 900 is what? There's 850. Now, if you want to tune it more for top end,
Yeah.
you go 10 more thou on that. That's much better because 800 was getting too big. I I knew that was getting pretty huge. Okay, now we're at 760. That's 140 undervalve size. I don't get into that proportion thing, I just hog. There's supposed to be a bunch of formulas for figuring all this crap out. Where's my tool holder at? I failed to read that book. Okay, that looks a lot better. There's actually a little bit of valve seat left in the head after I cut this now. It's still going to be thin, but it looks a lot better now. Appears to be a little lip in there. Do you notice a slight change in airflow potential?
I believe there's some potential there.
You broke your phone? Smoking hot deal.
Smoky!
So see how much of a lip we got on this one? You notice how this lip is bigger than the exhaust lip was?
Yes.
Now if I put the 650 exhaust valve in there, or the 750 exhaust valve, you'd get a bigger increase too. But we're keeping a stock exhaust valve, we didn't go bigger on that. But we are going bigger on that. Should cut the same diameter, right? There's a light cleanup on the inside of the throat. Just a little off the top.
Just a wee little trimming.
Nothing major. Could use this one. That would have been the right size, wouldn't it?
That's for exhaust be gone.
Yeah, that's for everything to be gone. Inside the head will be gone. I haven't used that cutter on anything yet. I've used that other one though. This one's been used. It's got a mark on it. That was for big boy toys. Okay, now we're going to put this one back in here.
AKA race shit.
Yeah, might have been automotive related too. Okay. Trim it on the tight side. There we go. That's too loose now. We don't have a really good way of doing this job. This is the old Southern way of doing stuff, which is a lousy way of doing stuff, so it's not a good measuring tool. Setting fixture for setting your cutter diameter. That's pretty much a guess. Okay, I'm going to guess we're going to go deeper. How's that sound? Well, aluminum be gone. About that deep?
How about right there?
About that much. Now before you check it, let's do the other one, just to make sure they're equally screwed up. We're working in the blind spot, we can't see, remember? Oops, the lip went away. Alright. Spring is getting used up. Let's see. How fast did you want to go? You have to look through all the crap that's in the way. See, I like to stage the ports, so see that depth there? And this here will be about the transitional point I want. See, I got to go way up high to get to this one. Because this is where your port's coming in at right here.
Right.
You want this to meet with this at an even angle coming up.
Yeah, smooth it out.
So I think I'm going to drop down a little bit deeper. Not a lot, just a little bit further. A little bit less cutting for me to do. If I cut too much, it just cuts the mid-range and low end power. Minor problem right there. See that massive difference there? This thing. Not that much more. Not much. Better to err in the lower number than the higher number. Race motors, you drop it down another 1/8 of an inch in there at least. We're still semi-streetable here. All right, I gotta pull that out. Appears to have some crap in your port.
Just a wee bit.
Okay, the holes are slightly bigger now. The port's slightly taller a little bit on this side. It's still dinky on this side because you have to open this up now to match. I'm assuming we have to do a full port job now? Is that the plan? That was the plan?
That's the plan.
Is this the plan now?
It's the plan.
It wasn't a quickie valve job like before?
It
It escalated?
things escalated quickly.
Alright. So now we have to determine what we're going to do next. Looks like we're on the intake side, so I'm thinking, do we do the intake valve next?
Sounds about right.
Okay, so this is the front head. That would be the rear one over there. Why do we have M8 parts laying on top of my valve there? Yeah. Terrible stuff to be anywhere near a Harley shop. Someone said those are Harley's best motor.
Shit.
That might have been Harley though.
At least they're back to one cam.
Yeah, well. Not sure if that's an improvement or negative. Somebody's definitely screwed around my damn thing here. Nothing's the same like it was anymore. Alright. Looks pretty close. This is their better idea of how the setting tools are made. So all it is a pointer. So you point to where you want the seat to be. Stupid design. Instead of using a measurement that's accurate. Then you got to take your cutter, which is this big one over here, and you have to point exactly where you want it to be on here, which is fun also. Now what kind of a valve angle do you want? You want a sharp edge one or you want a blunted one? Because this is the other one here. So what's your preferred angle?
Well, let's see. How about a little education?
Well, this one goes pretty straight. This one here curls over further. So it cuts more out of the head.
So it curled over.
Oh, my backwards here. Look at it from my angle. No, this is the one that curls over more.
So if it curls over more, what does that do?
It cuts into the head further.
And
It should help low lift flow.
let's go with the curled over more one.
Whereas the tall taper one makes a big funnel, so you don't cut as much metal out of the head. Raises the compression up a little bit, and it makes it more of a funnel coming up instead of going sideways like that. It goes up straight, so it has better high lift flow. So what's your preferred option?
So does it mean one opens up fast and one opens up?
No, it's just the angle how it flows.
I don't know. I don't know what that translates to.
One has better high lift flow, one has better low lift flow. One's more racy, one's more streety. So this one here is the one that has the less of an angle to it, so it's more high lift flow. And this here, after you cut out this big wedge over here, we're going to be cutting out. You're going to want me to cut this out. You do realize I'm going to cut the whole side of his head out over here, don't you?
Yeah, we'll just have to weld it.
We'll be lowering the compression of this motor a little bit. With this one here, I don't have to cut as much because it doesn't dig into the head as much. We'll go with this one. Besides, I like the bigger one.
Okay.
That's why it's on my bigger cutter. It's for bigger applications. Okay, now for the fun part is you got to figure out where the hell the seat angle was at that you're going to work to. And it's hard to tell because they all look the same. And right off the bat, your dinky ass valve is too small to use this big cutter. You got to take this out. Grab the one out of this one. Don't lose it. Put this one over here. Now we got room to use it. This one's really hard to see where the angles are at. So I either get it just right or I miss it by a mile. It'll be one of them. Okay, now the other one. Big boy cutter. You notice that big cutter we used on the other seat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is not going in that hole. There it goes. Okay, you have to go ahead and set the angle on this one. Looks like this was set for a 950 valve last time I used it. I'm used to using these small little dinky ass valves you're using. That's close. These are special Tatro cutters. See, they got my name on them. Special made. Okay, that's our top cut. Okay, all this fancy stuff that's in here, we cut that all off when we cut the seat out. So we're not using any of that crap. I wasn't a big fan for all that fancy ass stuff anyway. These polished are just on a tick on the small side, and the other ones are a tick on the big side. All right with these. All right. Did anything change? Surprisingly, that one did slightly. Clean the crap off of it. That did it. Good that way. Okay, now we're going to come in here and do a little trim cut. Looks like most of the seat's coming off. So, see, I get a nice radius seat all the way around now.
Mm-hmm.
So you got this big nasty ass lip out here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like big nasty lips around here. That right there we don't want. Guess what this is? Big nasty seat remover. You want to know how much we're going to cut off?
Wow.
Without that much. Oops. Ah, something happened. Got some flow in there. I don't know how that happened. This one had rear. That'd be this one. Gooey stuff. So do you think we got it right on the money, or we're way in north field somewhere?
Oh, I think we're right there.
We're gonna be right on it?
Oh yeah.
You think I didn't screw up?
I think we're Johnny on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Find out in a minute. Yeah, there's a zoom function. You have to be in my way. It's hard to turn. It's so hard to turn. Man, it's almost like I knew what I was doing.
Johnny on it.
Just, yeah, it could be a 10th out close to the outside edge, but it's in the ballpark. Okay, that's the minimum cleanup. So see where the seat is relative to the edge of the seat? Your seat's right there and the edge of the seat's right there.
Right.
It's right on the edge of it. 900 is the biggest you can go on a stock seat. 950 puts you on the outside of it. So now we have a nice radius inlet coming around here. Except I'm a little bit too deep on this outside edge, I think. I think I actually cut too deep into it. Yeah. It's a little deeper than I needed to be on the outside cut. There's actually a big flat spot right there right now that I don't like. We're going to sink it down anyway, so we're alright. Alright, where's the other one at? This one. Okay, now we do the same thing on this side. Much better. same. This one might be slightly higher than the other one. Yep, it is just a little bit higher. Just a little bit deeper. It's hard to tell how much deeper you want to go with it. Heads aren't always equal, so you can't just say to cut that all away. I think we're pretty close. I don't want to go any deeper right now without knowing for sure what I'm doing. Alright, so cutting the side of the wall away, let's give you room for the valve to actually breathe and not be shrouded completely. It's still shrouded, but not as much. One of the big improvements of the twin cam was the combustion chamber was a lot better. They were double pinched instead of just all on one side. So it eliminated all this unshrouding and unshrouded all this crap from Evos. Okay, so now we need to come back and do our seats. Seat cutter out. Whew. Here, a little angle difference.
Just a little cut there.
Which is okay because the valve didn't feel good before. It had more drag and it needed to turn. So I think there's an error anyway, but I'll just double check. When everything's so cold like it is, it doesn't want to center up really good. It's already enough cold already. See. Okay, hopefully that's better this time. Go over this side. Taking big cuts with an initial cutter, it can actually slide this machine a little bit, and that causes it to be all center when you go to lap and do everything. So now we're doing lighter pressure, so it should center up a lot better. It doesn't always do it, but it's a lot more consistent anyway. All these machines have errors built in. one's out. A good starting point. Yeah, now I can see it better. I'm actually looking for this little line right here, which is, you can't see probably where you're at, but there's a little flat spot just above my finger right here. That's what I'm looking for. That's what my cutter leaves. My cutter's designed to leave that in it. Gives me a reference point. Okay. Okay. Sounded good. And I'll plot to it. See how much easier it turns now? See how much easier it spins now? Not fighting like I was. Yeah, to me it's a lot more concentric. Valve seats in the same spot. See a green line all the way around, that's a good sign. This seat might have a flat spot in it, not sure. Kind of glazy looking. Like the cutter didn't want to cut it. For whatever reason. Seat's right where it belongs. See how it's fairly dark and even all the way around the valve? That means the valve is ground concentric. If you see this gray mark all around the seat, that means the seat's pretty concentric. And might have half a chance of being a good deal. Not enough light over the seat squat. Flashlight. Can't see a mark on this one. Too much light. There's a gray mark. See the gray mark right there?
Oh yeah.
Too much light and too little light. Makes it go away. Washes it out, or it's too dark to see, one of the two. Alright, they look alright. Now, what we got to do now is see what our heights are. See how close we are to what we need. We don't know. For that. Now I have a tool for checking that might actually work. See, now we're working on automotive type motor, which is an Evo. Fancy. Doesn't work on old bikes, not at all. I work on this bike. There we go. We got a number now, see? Okay, so we know 60 is about our 0 point, so we can take this thing here and... Alright, let's dig it in on that damn thing. Stupid pointer. Don't need no damn pointer. Close. Alright. Now if you use the same valve, there's no difference in heights. You can tell where they're going to be at. If you're going to use the same valve that goes with each head, that number might change on you a little bit, but it's close. And see, this one's deeper like I thought it was. Well, that's not a good sign. Why was it sticking? Okay, see this one here is cut deeper, 5 thou.
Right.
Put the same valve in there and see if there's actually a difference in the seat height or the valve is made different. See how it's only 3 thou difference now?
Mm-hmm.
So this one's cut 3 thou deeper than the other one, which is, I was trying to be slightly less on that, and I was, 3. Now it's 3 thou enough to worry about in the real world? Hell no. But I know this one's 3 thou different right now. It's 5 if you use the valve type though. Okay. Push this out of the way. And the exhaust, which we haven't cut yet. Whoa. Easy. Exhaust. We haven't cut these yet, so we don't know where they're going to be for real. So it's 2 thou more to go, but are we on the same number? Probably not. Where's the number at? Okay, that's over there on number 5. See, this dial here was on 5.
Mm-hmm.
Should go in the same area. Looks like we're on 5 also. So these are supposed to be different heights, but they're coming in the same. No, that one's over. I can't tell where I'm reading that. I think we're coming to the same height.
That'll cause an interference, right? Potentially.
I thought the intake was going to be a lot further down, not protruding so far.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are, we're basically the same number. Of course, we haven't ground the seat yet on the other side yet, so it will go down. It will go down a little deeper. So are these valves the same height here? See, the valves aren't equal height. See, the exhausts are longer. But the heads are also different, so they're made to be the same when you're done. But I was counting the exhaust to be about 50 thou different than intake. Right now it's almost the same. But we haven't done the valve job yet. You do the valve job, it'll probably sink a 30. At least we got a reference point where we're at right now.
Right, for sure.
So basically this one's about 3 thou less than this one, 5 on the gauge. So the front one we can sink in just a little bit if we want to. So I'm alright with where it is. I don't need to sink it. So we're ready to do that side. We're on this side now. So I'll go over to the exhaust side. We'll work on it. the side of this chamber away also on this one. These are two high ones. Alright. Now these, we're done with these for now. We can come back and reuse these. We'll have to make up two new ones for these ones. Too much. Okay, that one's off again. And this one's pretty much right back on the money again. Because it's supposed to be on the money. Alright, so we get to readjust this one again, just like before. See, it's off about 1.5 lines. Which is not a super big difference, but it is different. Okay, and I'm good that way. Alright, so that's all set. Okay, now the same thing we did on the intake, we get to do on exhaust now. I'm going to use the pointer again. Well, you don't get two in a row right on the money. Of course, the last one wasn't right on the money either, it was a little off. Okay, where's our pilot we're using? This one we're using? Where's the mic? You have to use the correct pilot or error. Okay, 5/16 pilot. Found that out. Makes a difference. Okay, so this is our exhaust. It's hard to see where the tapers change out. I think it's right in that area. Of course, my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but can you see where the taper changes from the top to the bottom?
No.
No? You sure?
Oh, I'm sure.
Even in the camera?
Let's test that.
Was that a fail?
Yeah. I think so.
Didn't fly, huh? Okay. So now, got a mosquito flying in here. Did it rain? Something flying in here. All right, where is my cutter? Okay, we got this here, we got this here. Let's go on the short side. Go with this one. Okay. Didn't see the cut mark come in. There it is. Can't see it on this side, I can see it on this side, the seat line. Okay, so now we got to figure out where we're at on that. Exhaust, that's the rear. That's an F. That looks like an R. Does that look like an R?
Oh, it sure does.
Must be the R. Technically on this job it doesn't really matter which one goes where, but
Best practices, right?
I don't think a quarter of a tenth is going to make a difference on our fit. Put it in our rig. Went away. Oh, the line's a lot better. Yeah, looks like we're in the ballpark. See, it's kind of in the dark area in the middle. And that's more like where I like them at. See the edge is a little bit thinner on this one. Valve is slightly out of concentric though if you watch how it goes side to side. Alright, so it looks like I lucked out. I got both diameters pretty close first shot. It happens.
Lucky, lucky.
Yeah, the seat's not super concentric, but it didn't surprise me. Okay. So we're definitely going to be sinking these down deeper anyway, we already know that. So now I got to put the, cut this thing out for the clearance cut. It'll be this big one right here. Should be all right with that. Clunk, clunk. Deeper to, because I know I got to sink the exhaust down. Give me a reference to where it's at. Damn, why's that roll pin way the hell over? Beating on that thing for so many years, it's moved it over. It's borrowing my thing. Where's my hammer at? Closer. All right. Get a good video of that?
Mm-hmm.
Get a video of the video.
I got a video of the video.
Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and cut both of these until they clean up. We got something to measure to. Before I do that, swap out these pilots. Don't need these big tall ones anymore. Actually, oh, big ones, small ones. See, that puts the pilot in the area you're using it now instead of being way up here like we were.
Mm-hmm.
There's more support on this. Should give you more accuracy. You also put the tape on the pilot in a slightly different spot, which should help accuracy too a little bit. Whether it does or doesn't, I'm not sure. Hopefully it does. I think so. Alright, let's see what we got here. See what I'm looking for. I think it's hidden on the seat. The mark I'm looking for, I can't see it. You got the parting lip, you got the head, the seat, and there's a gap right there, and I think that's right where my mark is at, right where the groove is at. Not where I can see it. Yeah, we'll find out. About the same thing, kind of hidden.
That ink right in the groove, huh?
Yeah, well, you got the original material in there. It's in there somewhere. It's a good place to measure from anyway. I'd be shocked if we're right in the right spot right now, so you never know.
Could get lucky, right?
Yep. Well, we know we're 5 thou off on this seat, so, or 3. Technically it's only 3, but still off, right?
Off is off.
I don't know where we're at on our valve the valve clearance. That's the next problem. These are sunk in a little bit. Both valves are sunk in a little bit. So whether we got enough or not, I'm not sure.
That sound changes quite a bit.
The lapping compound wears in. This one's right on the edge of the valve. It can actually move in just a hair. You can see it's got just a sliver of a line above it. A mark.
Mm-hmm.
See, this one's even all the way around. See, it's barely got anything at all. That's right where I put them for hot rod, right on the line. You can just barely see anything. That's called taking full advantage of the valve. Alright, so how much chatter marks do we got? See a little bit of chatter on through that one a little bit. This one looks a little better. Usually this one's worse. Same chatter marks a little bit. Kind of see it in there a little bit. The block isn't complete all the way around. Of course, I got real fine lapping compound, so it really highlights the errors. This copper material isn't cut as good as a nickel does. Okay, so where's my other cutter at? It's back away already. Yep. Okay, so let's see what we got here to work with. Front. Okay, right at 22 or so. Same valve. So I think the difference is going to be the seat height. 30. So this one's deeper, so you go 10 or 8. Quite a bit of difference. So if we change the valve, what's the difference this way? Picked up a couple more. So this valve is a couple thou shorter than this one. The other motor's the opposite. It's 2 thou the other way. Okay, so this seat is 10 thou light and 5 thou light. So both of these are not as deep as this one. So we gotta come back and recut the exhaust here. Definitely got to recut that, being that much different. So even though they kind of look like they're the same, they're not. Cut this one too. Oh, ahead of myself. I've done that before. Cut it without fixing it.
Oh.
Surprisingly, it still works. It's a ball. It's made to be.
Right.
Line, but it doesn't make the seat concentric. Believe me, it doesn't help that much.
Doesn't make it.
It does not help the concentricity issue at all of the seat run out. Yeah, it makes it worse. Okay, the 10 thou. Feel like I got a 10 thou. shim right over here. These are 10 thou. That's pretty even, that's good. Hopefully it repeats.
Right?
It doesn't always, sometimes a lot worse than you think. Cuts a lot more than you expect it to. Okay, now we're getting rid of that lip that was in there. The mark you couldn't see before. Yeah, where's my other cutter at? Hopefully I don't cut away the valve seat height. I'm trying to save. It's too tall. Which one I was using? Oh, it's missing. There we go. Ooh, close. Ooh, a little high. I never had the one I want, see?
It's not the one that's on the other tool, is it?
That's about what I need, yeah. But I don't have it available to use, so we're not going to use it. Okay, so this is that. That's the problem right there. It actually cuts right near where the seat is. Ah. That's close. That is the front head. Front. So now we have to relap it again. See all the way around. Looks good. Jeez. Tighten that up. It does hurt when you bang your fingers a bit too.
I was just noticing that.
There's a little weight here when you're going around.
Yeah, you get that momentum up and your fingers get in the way of that piece of metal moving.
Yeah, it's just minor.
Has a
Minor setback. Ah. There it is. Find the damn hole. There you go. 30. That puts you in a 2 thou. I think this valve would measure the same. That one was 2 thou different, wasn't it? Ah. Close enough for you?
Yeah.
30.
30 and 30.
Put this valve in there, it'll be 32.
32, right.
$31.5. Where we had to grind that head extra because it's
Yep.
bad.
Yep. Absolutely.
Guess what the 1.5 come from?
Yeah.
Okay, so now the intake is 5 thou difference, but everything else is the same. Is 5 thou going to kill us on our number? I don't know.
I really doubt it.
So we can cut at 5 if we need to, but I don't think it's going to matter any. Okay, so now what we got to do is take it apart and see what the difference is. So cut that right there when we get a spark. Be back.